coffee session 6, 7, whatever the heck it is. Ooh, it's dark and rainy on Friday. By the way, I have 2 Reese's cups. I know I use the same cup every day. One goes in the dishwasher involuntarily. My wife doesn't think that you should drink out of the same coffee cup every day. But if I use the same cup every day, is it really dirty? Because I'm the only one drinking it. Anyhow. Oh, man. Name brands. There's very few name brand things that I have collected. I have a Fender amp that I use for teaching. The only reason I bought it, it's a Fender Champion 100. 2 12-inch speakers, 100 watts, and it's a solid state amp. I play on this amp about 15 to 20 hours a week, if not more. And I've had bad experience with tube amps on longevity, and they really don't feel like replacing tubes every month. I have a Hughes and Kentner that I use for like stuff when I actually want my guitar to sound a little less chimey. But my thought was on buying a Stratocaster back here. I really just liked the color. I could care less if it says Fender or Squier. But I thought, you know what, I've been playing for a lot of years, and Fender's supposed to have a reputation to it. And honestly, the maple neck just feels like butter. Anyway, acoustic guitars though. This is an Alvarez. This is the Dalwood acoustic. They didn't make very many of them. And I found it for it was like $250. First Alvarez I bought was $200. There's a funny story about this one. I was 17 or 18 at the time. I worked and I put a deposit on the Alvarez that I bought as a teenager. And I worked and paid it off and didn't get it from the music store until I had it paid full. It was $200 even. It was called an RD8. It was probably hands down one of the best acoustic guitars I've ever played. Honestly, and for $200. You know, the only thing about it was it was an electric acoustic. But I wasn't really doing anything performance-wise with acoustic anyway at the time. So, didn't really matter. Came with a hard shell case. So, back where I grew up, that music store, like I was there all the time. First guitar, first amp was there. I got my half stack there. And like I would always go there and jam out, and like I practiced 3 to 4 hours every day when I first started playing. And so like the guys at the music store saw me grow exponentially in a short amount of time from all the time spent practicing. I say practice. Most times with practice, there's this negative connotation of like sitting there running scales and rudiments, which that is certainly a part of it. But when you sit there for a week after a month of playing guitar, trying to nail that, and you get it, we call that practice too. you know, it's just getting those chord changes down, and that's the chord changes to Crazy Train. Within the first 7 months of playing guitar, I could play the Crazy Train guitar solo. I wish I would have kept going and been exposed to a little more challenging music, I think, but just a quick backstory. I mean, nothing bad to say. I had a wonderful life. Just my parents couldn't afford opportunities. So everything I had to do was on my own. So as a teacher, I teach 40 students, 45 students a week now. My mission is to present as many opportunities for my students that I didn't have. So I'm actually taking 10 of my students to see Eric Johnson next May, which is really sweet. We've got like performances lined up. You know, we want to get into doing recording and getting the students in the studio and some experience there, and, you know, putting on concerts and doing performances and stuff in that vein, just to give them more opportunities. You know, it's by the grace of God, I can do that today. And give them opportunities. So anyway, with that being said, name brands. Alvarez. Before going and buying $1,000 Taylor, which I can't stand Taylors. Their action is miserable. The fretboard feels awful. That's to me. I have tiny hands for a guitar player. I mean, I can stretch 3rd to 8th fret. Pretty far, but anyway. So like that stretch there, 3rd fret, 6th fret, and then 7. Let's see if I can catch that one. 9. 9, 7, 6, 3. Yeah, that's pretty good. What in the high diddly is going? Anyway, I'll stand by Alvarez every day, except for their electronics. That is the only thing about Alvarez I have found that has been a pain in the left foot. Alvarez, you need to work on your erections. Almost sounded like erection. All right. I'm working on writing that piece. Coffee sessions. Okay.